and then you start to feel injustice, like I can win this back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first you're greedy, and then you feel injustice, and you just fall into a deep rabbit hole.
Hello! Welcome to S&T Chats. This is where we bring you more reviews on movies we watched.
Yes, and today we're gonna talk about 孤注一掷.
给家人报个平安。
English, it's No More Bets. That's the film.
All right.
And this film is about scam.
Gambling scam.
So I found this movie while we were doing the Wang Xing video. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. And this movie popped up.
Yeah. So I got interested in this movie because it has Lei Zhang inside, Zhang Yixing. So I don't know if you guys know, but then he was very famous when he was in the group EXO. His singing was fabulous and his dancing was also fabulous. So then I'm like, oh, idol! So then I watched him.
So about the story, really short, is two main characters, a woman Anna and a guy Pan. So Pan is an engineer, a really smart engineer, and then he doesn't get promoted because he doesn't have any background.
Yeah.
So he quits his job. Anna is a small-time, model. She has a little fame. Someone used her image inappropriately, and then her company fired her because they want to protect the company.
Yeah.
So then her friend introduced her to this job because she needed money. And so they went, and Pan also went to Singapore, supposedly. But then they both ended up in this huge, massive scam facility,
Yeah.
and we're not exactly sure of the location.
Right.
It could be Thailand, Cambodia,
Myanmar.
yeah, that kind of area. And they form a team because the boss of there said, if you get $5 million, you can leave this place.
Yep, that's for Anna though.
For Anna,
Yeah.
the girl. And then, but, Pan wants to help, and he obviously wants to leave as well. And then the third main character, he's the victim. He's the one that's being scammed by Anna and Pan. And he loses a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money. And at the end, he suicides himself, pretty much. So this whole story is just, at the end, the Chinese police, they, find the evidence and catches all the scam.
All the bad guys.
All the bad guys.
Yeah.
And this is what the story is about.
And just wanted to share with you what we saw in the movie. There's mostly
a couple of things. It's very interesting, and I feel like it's pretty realistic.
It is, it is realistic because like at the end of the movie, they show like real images.
Yeah.
So it's based on a true story.
It is, and like the Wang Xing video, like it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are getting scammed.
These places are. I even met one. These places are huge, and it's a really interesting movie. You guys can go check it out yourself. But I think we just want to talk about like the characters, and how they evolve through these scams and stuff.
Yeah. So basically, the characters all needed money, right? It doesn't matter if it's Pan, if it's Anna, or if it's the victim. They all needed money. And because of that greed, I would say, they got into the scam facility or they got addicted to gambling.
I think Pan is more... He's not about needing money. He was more like 不甘心. He was more like injustice because he was so smart and he should have got the raise, but he didn't.
Okay.
So then he's like, screw this, I found a better job.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the job is a scam place.
I guess it just shows you how lucrative like scam facilities are to the point where even the government is in on it.
Yeah, I think there's just so much money in it.
Yeah.
The very end of the story, the scammer, the third character, he puts in $8 million.
That's a lot of money.
And that's his final pitch in. Like before that, we don't know how much money he pitched in. But, and they just cut the pig and took all the money.
Yeah.
And that was just crazy. And these monies, they're not like justifiable. So they have to laundry it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. They have gotta wash it clean,
Wash it. But I think the one scene that really stuck with me is the thing that the policewoman that was investigating this thing, what she said, humans have two hearts. You know, one is greed, and the second one is injustice, unfairness, injustice. And that's, you know, what these scammers get at you. You know, first is greed.
Yeah.
Because the scam, it's a gambling scam. And you do win money. You do win money. And then when you pitch in more, then they start taking away your money.
Yeah.
And then you start to feel injustice, like, I can win this back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first you're greedy, and then you feel injustice,
Yeah.
and you just fall into a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. And these things really do happen to people.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched documentaries, and yeah, like 倾家荡产, like the whole family
It goes bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this movie also, the scam, the victim, like, he borrows a lot of money.
Yeah.
He even steals from his grandma. He lies to his grandma about that he's getting married. So his grandma gives him marriage money. And he also steals one of her really expensive, like, or precious
Jade bangle.
bangle.
Yeah.
And, like, that scene was just so sad.
Yeah.
He even sold his house at the very end.
Yeah. For me, the part that stood out to me most was when they scammed 8 million off of the victim, and then the main character girl and guy was on the balcony, right? And then the main character girl was like, "Oh, you know what? It's not that bad. Just stay."
Yeah.
And then the main character guy was like, "Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
So
what
there-
did she just say?"
Exactly. So there's a really, you know, drastic change, right?
Yeah.
And that brings to, like, in the very beginning of the movie, when they first arrive at the
The scam facility.
scam facility, like, everybody is like, no, I'm not scamming, I'm not doing this. And then, you know, they see how the boss is brainwashing everybody and all that. But yeah, like you said, then when they win money, all of them are just like, yeah, this is
It's not
great.
that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
You know?
We get money, and even the boss brainwashes them, like, I feed you guys well.
I give you money that you can't make when you're in China. How could you leave? How could you betray me?
Yeah. But you do keep in mind, if you do try to escape or go against any of these, you do get tortured.
Yeah, you either get tortured or you get killed or you get sold off to another scam facility.
About these scams is that you can never escape.
You can't leave ever.
Yeah, because if, like, say you're useless to this scam facility, they just sell you off to the next one.
Yeah.
And it just a continuous circle. Like, you cannot leave and escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just so sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like from learning about the Wang Xing thing, like, I did my own research in it a lot because it got me really hooked. My biggest questions, most of these scams are Chinese people. Like,
Yes.
most. And they're run by Chinese people.
Well, I mean,
And
I'm not surprised.
yeah, I've watched some videos, you can choose to believe or not, but they say the Chinese government is behind on this because there's so many things you need to get approved to run these facilities
Legally.
so smoothly and
Yeah.
legally
Yep.
that there has to be someone in the higher ups that are turning a blind eye
Yes.
to things. For example, like the phone numbers they use, the Chinese phone numbers to connect with these people. In China, you need an ID
Yeah. So basically,
to get a phone number.
it's kind of like our social security number. Like the Chinese people, they all have their 身份证, which is their identification number.
Yeah. And you need that to
To register for a number.
yes, exactly. And well, then the phone company has to
Be in on it.
yeah,
because
or else they're suspicious. Why?
how are you getting my number? Which number are you texting from? You know?
How are you getting this many number and all
Yeah.
that? So just so many iffy about it.
Yeah.
And like also the Wang Xing thing, like he was with also in this movie. They usually don't go one by one. You know,
Yeah.
they gather a group of people and then you go there like tourists and stuff like that. Same with Wang Xing, like they gathered them together. There were like 30 of them, but they only rescued him out.
Yeah.
Like, hello. Like I said before, if you could rescue him, why didn't you rescue the other people? At least those 30 that were in the same van as him. So that just raised a big question to me.
Yeah, it's like you have the potential to rescue the whole group. Why didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, fishy. Right.
Yeah.
And then another thing that actually stood out to me in the movie is that the movie always depicts that the local police force is always one step behind the Chinese police.
It's funny.
It's funny, yeah. And then there's another scene that basically like the higher ups in the Chinese government was like, oh yeah, scams are no good. We gotta protect our people. We gotta start doing like anti-scam campaign. And then so the movie was out when? Like
Last year.
Last year, right? And then if you take a look at what's happening, it's like the scam is still going on. Like, come on, government. Like, if you make this video, you might as well try to do something. Like, why are people still getting scammed in China?
And I think it's probably getting worse because they're now they're scamming like actors, that little well-known actors.
Yeah.
You know, this person said it really funny though. This guy, he's a movie reviewer, and then he's like, this thing was released in China less than a month ago, and it's already grossing nearly $500 million in the U.S. This film.
Wow.
So that said, how does one view box office from a government-controlled movie industry? I found it really funny when he said it. Did this one get a bigger push because they wanted its message out there? I imagine CCP members working levers. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I feel like we don't understand CCP enough.
Yeah.
But after this movie came out, it affected Thailand's tourists and like visit a lot in these areas a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of these countries they banned this movie from happening.
So if you go out, so I googled this video on Wikipedia, right? If you Google "no more bets" and then you click on Wikipedia, and then you scroll down, it basically said like once the movie came out, there was a lot of criticism by two main countries, right? So one is Myanmar and the other is Thailand. But if we look at real documents on scams that's happening in China, a lot of these scam facilities are in these two countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can do your own research as well. They actually caught one of these owners of this scam, and this guy, he was Chinese. But before he was caught, he was praised and encouraged by the head CCP, Xi Jinping, to do these kind of business. Spending, business and like...
Overseas.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that just a huge red flag. But that was like a long years apart.
Oh.
But the guy that ran it, he was praised before.
Oh my God.
And then when things got bad, then,
they cut him off, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But, I did read, you can also do your own research. These facilities are mostly owned by Chinese people.
I mean, it's kind of sad. Like why are you targeting Chinese people? They're your own people, and like what you said last video on Naja, right? It's like, why are you pitting people against people? And mostly it's like, for this scam, it's like, why are you pitting poor people against poor people?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why don't you target some rich people, right? But they can't because the rich people are the one that's controlling this, and that's why the people in China, the rich people are getting richer and the poor people are getting poorer.
Yeah. My last say in this movie is, why did the Chinese people come out with this movie? Maybe the government wanted to hide something or to justify that they're not part of it.
Yeah.
Leave to question.
Yep. So that's for you to decide. Let us know what you think about this. If you do watch the movie, let us know what you think about the movie. And like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
We will see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.